Hello everybody. My mic's facing the right way, hopefully. I am doing a long overdue Q&A session today. So, I think it's been like 5 or more years since I did one. So I asked you on Twitter and Instagram, Jenny Jutsu on Instagram, and Visual Sounds 1 on Twitter. And I got so many questions, so I'll try and go through as many as I can today. Except the weird ones and the ones that are clearly fetish questions, because it's a bit weird. Don't be weird. Okay. Oh, also, nobody saw my last video. It's a dermatologist one where I'm doing loads of personal attention on your face. Okay. So, I'll attempt to say a bit of your username, but if I can't pronounce it, then I'm just not. So, Mikey says, top 5 films. That's so hard already. Okay, we're starting off with a very difficult question. My first and second favourite films always swap. So it's always between Jurassic Park and Batman Returns. I love both of those films, so at the moment Jurassic Park, but sometimes I can swap back to Batman Returns. Amazing films. X-Men 2 would probably be my third choice. I was a film student, by the way, but my film choices aren't going to be like Run Lola Run, Amelie. It's going to be ones that people actually enjoy. Another one in my top 5 would probably be The Truman Show. Such a good film. Oh my god, it's such a good film. And then another one, maybe something like The Ruins or Resident Evil, Extinction, something like that. Or maybe one of the Saw films. I love like horror, so sprinkle some horror in there. But I don't have like a list of my favourite films. It's just ones that I enjoy. I'm a massive horror fan, so I really enjoyed Ready or Not. They're making a sequel to that, and Buffy's in it. Very exciting. I'm also planning a Ready or Not cosplay. Okay, someone with letters that I can't understand. I'm so sorry, it's a different language. But they say, please, I'm sending you from Greece. I love your videos and I wish all the best. I really wanted to know whether you're a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen or not. I have read the first maybe like 15-20 chapters of it, of the manga. Haven't watched it. Found out what happened to one of my favourite characters. Didn't watch it. I enjoyed the manga, what I read. I know some of my friends who do stalls and things at Comic Cons are obsessed with it. They absolutely love it. So I couldn't really, I'd say it was good, but I'm not a massive fan. Okay. Leroy Soleil says, I'm sure it's pronounced exactly like that. Given endless time and resources, which of your many talents or new ones would you like to develop further? I would love to do more voice acting. I absolutely love doing that for the couple of games that I've been in. Singing, I'd like to try more singing. I never do it in front of people though, so. And just my basic like set building, cosplay making, that's always improving, so. Virtually Real asks, what advice would you give to someone who is fighting anxiety? It's going to be the same old answer that everybody always gives, which is do the things that make you anxious as long as they're not dangerous or putting people in danger. So for me, doing new things is super anxiety inducing. something out of my routine. And I don't get the anxiety where it's like, you just need to breathe and then it'll be over. I get the physical nausea, so I have to run to the toilet and be sick. It's not a very attractive version of anxiety. I'm sure none of them are, but it's kind of one of the most annoying because I have to, like, there's a physical reaction. But it is getting better because I'm doing more of the things that make me anxious. It's usually the case. There is medication as well. I never say no to, like, people being like, should I try medication? I'm on medication for it and it's helped. So if you want to go that route, you can as well. Ordinary average guy. I can never think of anything interesting. Any interesting questions? Well, then you've wasted your opportunity. Hello though. Thanks for sticking with me for so long. I recognise your name from lots and lots of posts and comments. Okay, Mattman has 2 questions. Would you consider doing medical ASMR videos with another artist? Maybe. I don't know how that would work, but maybe. I'm not very good at timekeeping, so like collabs or something I don't do. I don't get asked to do them. I think people just steer clear of me, but maybe if the right person asked. What happened to your exercise/work outfit? I did one. Since getting Yuki, I run around a lot with her, so that's been my exercise. And also I've been super busy sticking a bazillion rhinestones to my Bakugo cosplay. That's all I've been doing in all my spare time, and I don't think I'm going to be finished in time for the big Comic Con. So, but yeah, I'll do another one sometime. It did really well because I had my stomach out, so you gotta use what you have. Okay. Richard says, what have you been watching lately? So I've recently got into Handmaid's Tale. There was a bang outside, did you hear that? This bit looks crazy on my face. I keep seeing it. I'm so sorry if that's distracting. Anyway, yeah, I've started watching The Handmaid's Tale. I didn't think it would be something I would be into. But it's really good. I'm on to season 2. And there's been some really like moments. So I'm enjoying binging that at the moment. He also says, favourite cosplay you've made and favourite cosplay to spend the day at a con in. So favourite one I've made, maybe my Hatsune Miku, the Decora one with all the teddy bears. That always gets a lot of attention and makes people smile. Favourite one to spend the day in, not that one because it's hard to sit down in it. Maybe when it's colder months, my Starlight cosplay from The Boys. It's the one I spent a lot of money on and bought that one. Because it's just a really comfy dress, so that one's comfy. But in warm weather, it's a nightmare because it's really thick. So for warm weather, maybe just one of my skimpy ones, maybe the cheerleader Uraraka, or my like froppy one where I did it all frog themed. That was really fun and easy to move about in. Although I did have to wear safety shorts underneath, and some boys came up to me and said, can we get an upskirt photo? No. Jay asks, what is your favourite way to spend a day off? No work, no recording, no working on videos, etc. If you had a completely day off, what does that perfect day off look like to you? Maybe I never spend a day off not making something. So either spending a whole day writing fanfic, one of my favourite things to do, or just binge watch. I recently binge watched the entirety of the Black Butler anime. Not not from the beginning, but from like the school arc and then what's out of the Greenwich arc. But I feel lazy when I do that, so I like to be making something or creating. I really like drawing my online comic as well, so. And I also really like shopping. If I can go clothes shopping, that makes me happy. Do you have a favourite video game you are either looking forward to or already released so far this year? My favourite video games ever are probably the Uncharted games. As for this year, I'm so excited about the Jurassic Park game that's coming out. It's coming out closer to Christmas, the guy in the shop said. I'm very excited for it because it takes place just after the first film and you're like stuck on the island. Exciting. Red Wolfie, hello Wolfie, asks, if you could write and direct a feature film, what would it be and who would you cast in it? That's hard. I have written 2 feature films at uni. I wrote a zombie film which was set in a school. Somebody gets their head chopped off by somebody else throwing a symbol, you know, like a ch. It was a comedy. And the other one was like a dystopian future where kids are being trained to fight. But if I was to like write one from scratch, it would be some sort of horror. That is actually scary because horror nowadays, oh, it's psychological. No, I want it to be scary. Hereditary is not scary. The Witch is not scary. Scare me. I want to be scared. It would be a horror, and I would cast maybe Anya Taylor-Joy. Love Anya Taylor-Joy. Angelina Jolie. These are just people that. Oh man, I forgot about men. Maybe like Hugh Grant is scary as a bad guy and he's a really good actor. Maybe we'll give him a shot. We'll see. Like he would want to be in my film. Sigma Xavier asks, would you ever do custom ASMR requests? No. I did a couple a long time ago, and I realised very soon that most of the requests were stuff, so no. You can suggest things in the comments and I'll take them on board and maybe do them if they sound cool, but that's as far as that goes. Have you taken your costumes and work on the road to conventions or LARPs? Yes, I take a lot of my cosplays to conventions. Mainly, well, definitely just local ones because of my anxiety, but I am branching out a bit further at the end of this year and hopefully it progresses to next year. Charlemagne maybe asks, have you travelled outside the UK? If so, where would you like to visit? So I've been to Disneyland Paris, and I went to Paris again with school with my art class, and with my art class at school we went to Barcelona. I loved Barcelona, it was so pretty. And I would love to go to Japan for obvious reasons. Enrique asks, what would your dream K-pop collab be? It could be groups coming together for an album or maybe a duet with singers you like. And then they've also added a gif of Jonathan Frakes in that program. Is it like Fact or Fiction or something? Where he always asks some random question. It made me laugh. My dream K-pop collab would be Plave, who are my favourite at the moment. They're a virtual boy group. And Twice, obviously, because I'm a big Twice fan. So let's put them together. Or maybe Dreamcatcher, because they're a bit more rock-ish. I really like them. And EXO, I'd love to see EXO do a more rock type thing. Okay. Emiliano, what part of the entire process of making ASMR videos do you enjoy the most? I really love set building. So, especially on my big fantasy videos and things, I love making the big sets and the lighting and things. Like, this isn't purple, this is just with a light. Oh, look at my arm, looks weird. But yeah, set building and editing. I love editing like the more sci-fi ones where I can put little bits and things in. Could you also recommend a song and a TV show? Okay, as we were talking about Plave, Plave is the name of the band, and their song Dash is so good, but watch the music video on YouTube. It's amazing. And as for a TV show, I would recommend, I'm trying not to think of my usual ones I would recommend Whitechapel. Whitechapel's pretty good. Okay. Jamie says, will you bring back Celine and Pearl and Blaze? So they are the like elemental nymphs that I did years and years ago that are on my merch. I don't think I'm going to be bringing them back because I've kind of been there, done that, and I like to create new characters and things. So probably not, unless I think of something amazing that could be done with them. Super Snoot Booper. That is an amazing name. Super Snoot Booper. Super Snoot Booper. Out of all your Halloween videos, which one was your favourite thematically, and for which one did you have the most fun building the set? Your sets are awesome, by the way. Thank you. My favourite ones that I've done, I really like doing the Circus of Tingles, which was all like the circus characters. And I also loved the 7 Deadly Sins. That was a lot of fun to put together. Which did I have the most fun building the set? I can't even remember the set. You have to understand that I don't watch my videos over and over. It was probably one of the 7 Deadly Sins ones though. Jamie already asked a question, but let's answer another one. What makes you the most happiest? At the moment, watching Play live streams. They do really long live streams where they do like games or like a radio thing. I also love playing with my dog, Yuki, especially when she gets the zoomies. She's like psychotic. And I love reading, sitting in the sun in the garden, reading a good horror. Peak existence. Secret Struggle says, you mentioned doing proper photo shoots for your cosplays in the past. Is that something you'd still want to do, or have you given up on the idea? Maybe even do a shoot wearing something outside of cosplays. So I am still planning on it. I found a really great photographer at a Comic-Con who did my Pennywise shoot, and I do plan to get more photos with them. It's just organising time and seeing how much it would cost, because I actually lost money on the Pennywise one. It would all go into passes, but yeah, we'll see. I would love to, and I want to do like my Catwoman one and stuff. So okay. Hoodie says, hi Jen, of all the cosplays you've done, what's your favourite? I already answered that. Is there any you haven't tried that you'd like to? I was thinking about this last night, what I'd like to cosplay that I haven't. I am planning a Finny one from Black Butler, the gardener, and I want to do a video with it outside, but I need to borrow my friend's garden. She's got an amazing garden, so I'll be borrowing her garden. She doesn't know it yet. And maybe like a really big one of somebody, but I don't know who. Suggestions. I would love to do Vampire Willow from Buffy as well. Okay, I don't know what this person's name is. Oh no, I do, wait, it's Idaho Alien. It was all one word, so I was like, okay. no specifics, but what other types of jobs do you or have you worked in the past? So, I worked in a gift shop slash bookshop and then ended up as a visitor experience person in the same place. I worked there until earlier this year. 18 years I worked there. A few people recognised me when I started working on the desk there that was like welcoming people. So if you know, you know. And I enjoyed the people there, and I enjoyed some of the general public. But I left because of terrible management decisions. I wasn't a fan of how they treated people, so I left. And that was earlier this year, so YouTube is officially my full-time job. But yeah, it was a shame that over the years the place changed, and not for the better. But yeah, I loved the people who I worked with, and it was a fun job because it wasn't a normal 9-to-5 job, and I only worked 1 day a week, so when I was doing my YouTube stuff. So. But yes. Okay, classic. I see your face around a lot as well on Twitter. You're a lot more confident compared to last year. With that said, have you considered doing more fun and daring photo shoots? Well, it's nice that you think I'm more confident than last year. I'm just exactly the same as last year, but that's okay. Yeah, more fun photo shoots are on the cards, so. Spidey says, could ASMR artists help people with mental health issues, let alone give them another chance? I'm not sure what the last part of this question means. But as far as mental health issues, I would say no. Never go to somebody on YouTube for your mental health issues. Go to a professional. Speak to friends, family, trusted people. Yeah, don't use ASMR for anything to do with mental or physical health. Okay. This might have to be a two-parter because now we're moving on to Instagram. And there was a bazillion questions on here. So let me find it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. 128 questions. I don't think we'll get through. Okay, so my friend Gabe, who is a long-time viewer and somebody who I actually met in real life years ago. Hi, Gabe. He says, do you ever age? I do. There's usually a filter on my videos, not at full blast, but at maybe like 20%, and it's called Beauty Skin, and it fixes all my flaws. But should I editing Jen, turn the filter off for a minute so they can see my 34-year-old face? I do have like uneven skin tone and creases and things. I'm just a normal human, but I also do know that I look quite a bit younger than I actually am, which cheers to whoever made me, or to the like random bacteria and cells that made me. I think it's also because I'm so immature that probably makes people think I'm younger. Okay. Midlife adventure crisis. I think this is my chum who I met at Comic-Con. It is, yeah. He's somebody I met at Comic-Con with his little girl. She's the coolest little girl I've ever met. And they said that me cosplaying was part of the reason that she wanted to start cosplaying, and now she's way better than me. She's so good. So shout out, Alexis. What made you use 100,000 sequins on your cosplay? So he's talking about my rhinestones. I don't know what made me do it, but it looks pretty. And I'm going to blind people in the sun with the reflections of it. Yeah, I just wanted a challenge, and it's been maybe a bit too much of a challenge because I don't think it's going to be finished in time. But what made me do it is that it was going to look pretty. And I hadn't seen it done before, so. Okay. Zinny Bun says, what is the most beautiful quality a human can possess? I asked my mum this last night, and she said empathy. That's a good answer, Mum. Well done. And I would probably agree. I mean, if we're not going that deep, I would say like a sense of humour. If you can make someone laugh, that's great. But yeah, empathy. Another one of my friends said, what inspired you to do ASMR? So this was 14 years ago now, 15 years ago. Oh my god, is it 50? Oh. I saw some people, I think it was Maria, Gentle Whispering, I saw her doing videos where it was just showing her hands. And that's what everybody did at the time, nobody showed their face. And I've always been told I have nice hands, like elegant hands. They're just skinny. People just say skinny and think, you're so elegant, when I'm actually like a newborn giraffe. But yeah, so I thought, oh, I'll try it. And then I got like 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my god, I'm famous. So I just kept doing it. Then I showed my face. Then I did my makeover for you video, which was the first I'd ever seen where somebody used the camera as the person's face. Why I am not like the biggest ASMR artist ever, we'll never know. No, it's fine. I'm very happy with where I am. Oh, he is the person who I said was going to maybe do my photo shoots. MD Hammond Photos on Instagram. Are there any characters or themes that you love to try but there's something stopping you? I don't think I would let anything stop me really. Maybe like, I'm trying to think what I would like to cosplay. I'd love to do more Buffy cosplays, but I think what's stopping me is that it's such an old fandom, and the fact that they're not very exciting outfits. So I think I would go for more X-Men cosplays. I'd love to cosplay Nightcrawler. He's my favourite X-Man person. But I am allergic to face paint, so we'll see. Oh, they've also asked, would you like to do more photo shoots with your characters? Yes, I would. Thanks for the hint. DGT Taylor says, your Vexalia video was one of my favourites. Have you ever considered another or a series? I really enjoyed doing that video. It was because I was in the midst of my, what is that program called? With Percy in it. Oh my god, I can't even remember what it's called, but I was in the midst of the hyperfixation on that. I'd love to do her again, yes. I'd also like to try the other girl who's in it, whose name I can't remember. But the answer is yes, I would like to, because I liked being posh and sweary. Okay, I'm going to pause because my camera card is full. Okay, we're back. There we go. Kian says, what is the most challenging thing being an ASMR artist? Cars. And so I always film at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And lots of cars go past, and noises and people. One of the other things I would say that is challenging is the parasocial relationships that people online seem to think they have with me. Hi. I never know who you are. see your comments now and then. I'm not in love with you. I don't know you. Thank you for watching. Don't be weird. Stop being weird. But there's a lot more positives than negatives. Okay. Gab Music says, how much do you spend on props every month? Depends on the type of video I'm planning. So a lot of my props are actually bought by people from my Throne wish list, which I am forever grateful for, because some of them are just too expensive that I wouldn't make enough money back from the video to pay for the props. Don't make as much money as you might think. But yeah, I do spend quite a bit sometimes when I see things for like fantasy videos. For example, so far this month, what date is it? It's like the 12th or something. I've probably spent about £50 so far on props. And I also constantly forget to put it on my tax returns as, like, what do you call it? When you've like spent money and it's meant to take it off your tax. I just forget. So I'm probably paying more tax than I should, but never mind. Okay. Oh, they also asked, what angel did you used to be in a previous life? Because your beauty is angelic. Oh. Lucifer. Lewis says, would you ever go to London Comic Con and do a meetup? Oh, Jesus. I would love to go to London Comic Con. If I was doing a meetup, I would do it up north so that I could be around my friends who would save me from the inevitable weirdos who would turn up. Not you. But I would love to do a proper meetup. I would feel like a K-pop star where you're sitting at the table and people come past. But that is something I would really like to do. But it would be in the northeast if I was going to do it. But yes, I would love to go to London Comic Con. Maybe next year. We'll see. Do you like the band Devo from the States, Ohio? I have never heard of that band. Maybe I'll look them up. So I have no opinion on them. The Fool's Echo just says, marry me, and then there's a little face like this. No, thank you. Spirit Doctor. This isn't a question, this is a demand. It says, you ought to do an ASMR video based off of Rumiko Takahashi's anime characters. I love it. Don't know who that is. Maybe I'll look it up. I don't have an answer because it wasn't a question. Akiharawa says, do you see yourself doing ASMR until you're age 60? Well, it would have to be age 68. That's when I officially can retire. I don't see myself doing it that long, but I do see myself doing it for the foreseeable future. I'm only 34. I can get another 20 years out of it. But yeah, I see myself doing it long term. I'd like to branch out and try other things like my voice acting and stuff, and I would love to write a book. But I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. It's not diagnosed, but I can kind of tell. And I've started writing a book like 3 times. 3 different books. I'm like 60,000 words into one of them. And then I get distracted, or I think about something else. And then 6 months later, I'm like, oh, I was writing a book, wasn't I? We'll see. I have printed out physical copies of the first 3 chapters of my online comic, which I'm going to figure out how to sell online somehow, maybe. But yeah. But for the foreseeable future, yes, I do see myself doing it. Okay, we're not going to answer this one from Nice Flying Star because they're clearly a perv. DL Gamer? May I suggest a genie ASMR video? Ooh, I like that. I like the genie idea. That's a nice way to make a suggestion. That's how you do it. I do like that idea. Extreme Poet. Would you ever consider doing another Mr. Wayne roleplay? Did I ever do a Mr. Wayne roleplay? Does they mean the one where I was like a female Alfred? Possibly. Brandon says, do you like Lego? I do like Lego. One Piece are bringing out Lego, and I am going to purchase that Lego. I like Lego. I have from when I was really small. It would always be one of my Christmas presents I would ask for. Duncan says, do you get tired of doing the same role plays again and again? I don't do the same role plays again and again, do I? If there's like a classic, like a cranial nerve exam, I'll try and put a twist on it the next time I do it. Or ones like the colour match one. I did it where it was like your soul colour. So I tend to change it up a bit if it seems like it's just going to be the exact same video. But hopefully I don't just do the same videos over and over again. That would be really depressing. J.M. Gibson says, have you ever played D&D? I have not. I feel like it would be something I would get really obsessed with. I do go and play board games now and then, but not D&D. Mariana says, do you have a 9-to-5 job? I think you mentioned once that you did. Not anymore. They also ask, how do you usually celebrate your birthday? I don't. I celebrated my 18th. I had like a limo and a venue. But when I was little, I celebrated more. I think when you get older, you just don't. I was going to celebrate my 30th, but it was during lockdown, so I couldn't. Should I do something next year? Maybe I'll get some of my friends to all meet up and we'll do something next year when I'm 35. Oh my god, Mariana, you've asked so many questions. Character that gets you the most excited to make another video of. Ones that I haven't done before usually get me most excited. If it's like a new cosplay or something like that. Henry Bones is also really fun. We all love a bit of Henry Bones. He will be returning. Y says, do you have lucid dreams? I quite often have lucid dreams, especially when I've taken my medication that day. I don't know if it's something to do with that. It also gives me like horrid nightmares. But yes, especially when it's a flying dream. I had one not long ago where I was Alice from Twilight, which was really fun, and I was running really fast. Foxry says, did you ever watch Guardians 3? I did. Bawled my eyes out at the little animals. It was okay. It was okay. Red Femme says, I've been obsessed with your One Piece roleplayers. Just wondering if you're caught up. I am not caught up. I am on episode 760 something. They just got to Whole Cake Island. What happened in the last episode I watched? I think Luffy thought he saw Sanji and he was like chasing him around the forest, but it wasn't actually Sanji. But no, I take months and months breaks and then go back to it because it's a lot. But thank you for enjoying my One Piece roleplays. I do have a Boa Hancock one in the making. Oh, this is a bit of a weird question. I'll not say your username. What are your favourite kinds of kissing sounds? By the way, I love Jurassic Park as well. Favourite kinds of kissing sounds? Just the... nothing else. I don't like it. Well, not... where they have the ear microphone and it's like... no, thank you. Okay. Catnip Ninja. That is a very good name. What are your top 5 favourite anime? Black Butler is number 1. Number 2, probably Naruto. Okay, the other 4, I don't know. Black Butler's number 1, obviously. But there's like Naruto, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist. I really enjoyed... What was the name of it with Vash? Is it just... I kind of think it's got Vash the Stampede in it, and it's the remake of it. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed Devilman Crybaby. Beastars I really enjoyed. I'm looking around because I've got like lots of posters. One Piece, obviously. Maybe One Piece is second, actually. Black Butler, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. I enjoyed Free as well. Free was great. Remember the swimming anime? That was fun. Yeah, there's too many to think of, but... For Loop says, are you married? To Sebastian Michaelis, yes I'm. Tony says, any thoughts on doing another Harley Quinn roleplay? Your kidnapping one was great. That is my most viewed video ever in the world. Yes, I want to do another Harley video. I'm going to finish this bloody rhinestone covered thing, and then I want to finish off my black and red Harley cosplay, and then I'll do a video in that. My hair is upsetting me. Okay, what is that noise? Something is banging. I think it's a bird on my roof with a sledgehammer. Can you hear it? Okay. Molly says, what manga would you recommend to someone reading manga for the first time? Depends what you're into. I mean, as far as genres, like, if you want action and fighty, I would say Naruto. If you want something that feels more westernized, I would say My Hero Academia. If you want like romance, comedy, I would say Oran High School Host Club. If you want the best manga in the history of the world, I would say Black Butler. If you want like, I could recommend like thousands of yaois if you want. Literally thousands. But yeah, those would be my main ones. Also, like One Piece is a good all-rounder, but we all know that it's never ending. So Kentucky Monk says favourite. Let me see if there's anything on the... Oh, it's Monkey, not Monk. Kentucky Monkey. Favourite junk food? I really like crisps. A crisp's considered a junk food. Or them, like, coated pretzels. They have, like, yogurt on them. Oh my god. I think... I don't eat a lot of junk food. But yeah. I already answered Mrs. M. Wilson's question. What inspired you to start your channel? So go to the next one. Gigi says, firstly, thank you for all that you do. How has life been since you bought your own home? That's nice. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. Life has been so good. Although this is when I realised I had ADHD, because I start lots of different tasks or hobbies all at once and don't tidy up the first one. And I'm very untidy, so I need to get tidying up. But as far as being independent and stuff, I absolutely love it. So, thank you. Oh, Ryan says, what makes you most happy? Being able to do my own things and meeting new people. I've been doing a lot more stalls recently, like market stalls, selling my art and stuff, and that makes me happy. So. Mr. Paul F just says, how's things these days? They're good, thanks. B Rabbit says, how come you are so creative? Thank you. I don't know. I just am. It's part of my busy brain that I always have to be making something. Jeff says, thoughts on pro wrestling? I've never watched it, but you have to be, it's like a sport. You have to be an athlete to be able to do it, so it's impressive. Midgy Kid says, which is your favourite dog from the Dog and Scone? Mine is Shadow. So the Dog and Scone, it's supposed to be Dog and Scone, like Dog and Bone, but it's in Newcastle, so everybody says the Dog and Scone. It's a dog cafe, and I've never been in it, so I don't have a favourite dog. Okay, Soviet Kiddo says, what is the weirdest fan experience you have ever had? It wasn't weird per se, it was a little odd. There was a man who watched my video, and he was a man, like a grown man, older than me, and he was on his way north or south on a train. It must have been north on a train, and he said, I'm passing through Durham, can I get off the train and give you something and like say hello? And he did. He jumped off the train at Durham station. I went to meet him and said hello, and then he jumped back on and went. It was very strange. This was a long time ago. I would not do that now. Don't do that. It's quite dangerous. But he was really nice and friendly, and yeah, there we go. Joseph asks, how can you start cosplay? So, closet cosplay is a thing where you can use clothes you already have and use that to represent a character or something. Or you can just buy bits off Amazon if you don't want to buy a full costume. Like, find things in charity shops to make the cosplay. You don't have to be able to sew. You don't have to be artistic. You can just buy the entire cosplay if you want to. I say just find a character that you really enjoy, one that you want to dress up as, obviously, and go for it. Go to that local con. It'll be fun. It won't be as scary as you think. Hurlen says, what's your favourite season and why? I love summer because I'm always freezing cold, so I love to be warm in the summer. But I also love autumn because Halloween. Kishin says, what has been your favourite video to film to this day and what has been your most difficult? Favourite video to film? Oh my god. I do enjoy doing my Harley ones because I can really let loose and be a bit insane. And I love doing my Halloween series ones because it lets me do more horror. Most difficult to film was probably my most recent Alien one that had all the different scenes and things. I think that was the most difficult. Tom says, what roleplay or video idea would you love to do but can't do, haven't done yet? I would like to do one where it's like a Victorian lady in like a long dress and things, and you can see whole backgrounds, but I think I would want to hire a place that looked like that so you could see me walking around and interacting and stuff. But I haven't done it, can't do it at the moment because it would be so expensive to hire somewhere like that, and I don't have a budget, so. Sam says, would you date me? No. Not for personal reasons, just I don't know you. But I would love to. I think 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 I would love to. This person's username is UFUK. Could you make a video based on tuning forks? I really enjoy them videos where you use them. I only have 2 tuning forks, so it would be a bit pointless, but if I had lots, I could definitely do a video with them, yeah. Oh my god, this person has a cute little dog as their profile picture. TL Halliwell says, what are some of your own personal favourite ASMR triggers? I like personal attention and very close-up whispering, where you can see that it's super close up. And I also really like soft shushing. People quietly looking through things like magazines and pointing things out and tracing things. Basically anything that Scottish ASMR Blueberry does. Ethos Focus says, what do you think of the US? I like the people. Most of the people from the US. I think your president is insane. And some of your laws, especially around female choices, are very 15th century. Yes. Oh my god, I got a question from Jesus. Oh, we've already answered this question. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Kevin asks, are you on Cameo? I am not on Cameo. I don't think anybody would pay to make me say something on Cameo. Oh, here's one that might be a bit of a technical question. We'll answer it anyway. Do you think that people who are very ticklish are also more sensitive to ASMR? Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Nomad says, can you do more videos of obsessive cute girl pretty please? I've done 2 now. I might do one in the future sometime, but not at the moment. Matthew says, are you Scottish? No, I'm not Scottish, no. I live in the northeast of England. It's very close to the Scottish border, but not from Scotland, no. Do you like my terrible Scottish accent? Oh, Eric says, during a stream, you mentioned that you may start to do pole dancing. Did you attend a class? This sounds bizarre out of context, but pole dancing is really good for you. Like core strength and arm strength. And I was thinking about trying it, but I haven't. Just didn't. Probably because I'm lazy. Yeah. Kooky asks, what got you into cosplaying? What did get me into cosplaying? It was after university, because that's when I started watching Bleach. And that was my first ever anime. What was my first ever cosplay? It was probably... Was it Ray from Free? I can't remember, but I remember doing a lot on Tumblr, especially with my friend Ellie, who is still my friend. And we would like do the roleplay threads and take pictures of ourselves in the cosplay. They were Nagisa and I was Ray. And it would be like a roleplay thread with pictures on Tumblr. Very 2010. Yeah. Razerus says, hi there, love your content. How long does it usually take for you to prepare or set up per video? So it depends. If it's one of my big fantasy videos, it takes me probably about an hour to do the set, then about 40 minutes to film, and then editing takes like 2.5 hours. If it's just a simple video like this, it takes me like 10 minutes to set it up and however long to film. Intrepid Visitor asks, what starter anime would you recommend? The last anime I watched was Pokemon way back in the 90s. I love Pokemon. So, starter anime. I mean, mine was Bleach, so I would maybe recommend Bleach. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a great one as well because there's no kind of lull. It's just constantly good, so maybe that one. Scuba Steve. What's your favourite video game franchise? It is Uncharted, and I also love Tomb Raider. They're kind of the same, but the male and female. Martin Kitcher says, you single? No question mark, you single? Yes, I am correct. Orion Light says, would you like to visit Colorado? And would you be my guide in the Highlands? Never been to the Highlands, sir. I don't live in the Highlands. I would visit Colorado though. Yeah, it looks really pretty. I'd like to go. Mikey doesn't have a question. Just a genuine thanks for the anxiety alleviating ASMR over the years. You're very welcome, Mikey. I'm glad that my videos helped in even a little way. Vader says, if you had to remove a character from the One Piece main crew, who would it be and why? I love all of them. Maybe Brooke. No, I love Brooke. My kitty pig's called Brooke. Maybe Usopp. No. Nobody. I don't want to. No. We're not. So rude. Joel says, will you ever release another handsy set for passes? Joel is one of those hands people. If you don't know what passes is, like where you pay £4 a month or whatever, $4 a month to see like sets of photos from me. And I did a one that was like focusing on my hands, because I know a lot of people watch my videos for my hands. I'm not daft. Yeah, I can do another one if you liked it. That's totally harmless. I know it's probably people, but I feel like hands and feet are harmless. That's okay. I'm not showing my feet, by the way, but so yes, I can do another one if you want. Lenny says, how difficult is it to split time between filming videos and your personal life? It's actually not that hard because I don't do anything in my personal life. My friends all have proper jobs. They're like teachers and admin and stuff, so I don't see anybody that often. And I film 2 days a week and then do like streaming and cosplaying and stuff the rest of the time, so it's quite easy to split my time, which is why I'm so thankful to have this as a job. JD Gutama says, do you plan to only make ASMR content, or have you been thinking to do other content? I've recently been watching a lot of people react to films and like watch films. Like, I love pretty much it. I would love to start a channel doing that. Sorry, my card got full again. But yes, I've been watching them where they react to films, and I would love to do it if I could keep that up as a regular thing. I would probably need an editor though, which I don't think I could afford, so we'll see. Joel say, oh wait, Joel, are you the same person? Yes, you are. Okay. What do you think about people who like your hands and love them? I think it's fine. I don't want to meet you particularly, but it's fine. Ion says, has someone ever recognised you in the street or at a con or anywhere? So the first person to recognise me was years and years ago. It must have been like 10 or more years ago. And I was in HMV in Newcastle, which isn't even there anymore. And this pretty girl came up to me and she's like, I felt so famous. I've been recognised a couple of times at work, where I used to work, and I have been recognised at cons. That's where I mostly get recognised, or when I'm doing market stalls, sometimes people recognise me. I don't think I've ever been recognised just in the street. I was recognised at the Metro Centre. And it was the perfect interaction. They just said, "Oh, I watch your videos," and I said, "Oh, thank you," and then they walked away, and it was great. Radio asks, "I love your set design. How or where do you get your inspiration?" Get it from films, TV shows, sometimes manga that I read, or books that I read, sometimes places that I go to if something's really pretty, or like objects. If I see an object, I'll try and work around that so I can add it into a video. Titus says, "Can we send you fan art?" I don't have a PO box because they're £300 a year. £300. And I'm not giving you my address. So, no, if you see me at a Comic Con or something, feel free to give me something. But I don't want you carrying that about. That's awkward to carry about. Thank you, though. You could send it, if it's like digital, send it in an email or something, or tell me on Twitter or Instagram that you have it in a comment, and then I'll give you some deets to send it. Room says, "Continent favourite cuisine, country favourite cuisine." Favourite, probably Italy for country. Where's that? Europe. That's boring. I do like Asian food as well, though. No. And they also ask favourite pub. I don't drink, so any pub. Let's see. Livro syrup. I'm so sorry for saying that. That's probably not how you pronounce it. For your ASMR, do you follow a script or just a general outline? I love your channel. They've done the heart. Thank you. I just wing it. Unless I'm doing a one where I'm interacting with myself, then I have to write a script, otherwise I can't do it. But yeah, I just wing it every single time. Any ideas for this year's Halloween series? I love those videos. Thank you. You're one of like 3 people who likes them. I think I'm going to do classic Halloween films this year. Like Bride of Frankenstein, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, that kind of thing. Chucky, maybe. Maybe not Bride of Frankenstein, that could be another like Hammer horror one. But like old classics like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Chucky. Another one that I can't think of right now. Maybe Trick or Treat. Oh, I love Trick or Treat. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to finish the rest of these questions in another video because I'm running out of battery and my back hurts from standing still so long. It's been an hour anyway. Oh my god. Thank you so much to everyone who sent questions. I hope you liked the answers. Sorry I'm not super professional or like have answers that a PR person would tell me to answer. Hopefully you like the more candid stuff anyway. Surely you do if you're on this channel. So I'll finish those off in another video soon. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I'll see you all again